Arnold Shuchat from the Shuchat Group, Sutton West Coast Realty, and parkbench.com, and I'm with Tammy Godfrey of
Richmond, Blundell, Physiotherapy and Sports Injury Clinic.
On the corner almost of Blundell and number 2 Road, just behind the number 2 Road Shopping Center. And I'm here today just to get a handle on physiotherapy practice and what's going on during COVID, and just to talk to physiotherapists, because many people have had the fortune not to have to go seek professional treatment. But Tammy, what's the most frequent cause of a visit to your clinic?
Pain. People in pain, people with musculoskeletal pain, sore backs, necks, shoulders, knees, ankles, any part of the body caused by either injury, motor vehicle accident, work injury, sports injury, picking up a chair off a piece of paper off
A penny.
the floor, a penny off the floor. The most common one, don't bend down, bend with your knees. Any kind of pain, stiffness.
Right, and what's the most common injury that you find? Like if you were doing your stats and the number of people that are coming in, I imagine that it has to do with sitting.
Well, since COVID, we've seen a lot more changes in what we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of posturally driven pain from people working at home. So they've changed, they're not working in ergonomically correct stations where they were working in the office space. Now they're working either at a kitchen table, a dining room table, sometimes on their lap, on the couch. So you're seeing a lot more of postural neck pain, shoulder pain, back pain.
So, and how long, when you get this, when you get these types of cases, and that are not accident driven, just, occupationally driven, let's say, how long does it take for you to get that under control in most cases?
Almost immediately.
Really? Like 1 or 2 sessions?
1 or 2 sessions change the way they're doing things at home. And in that kind of way, I have to say virtual therapy has been quite good for us as well, because it's given us the ability to see what people are doing at home and change it as we're doing a virtual treatment. So that's been great too, but just giving them the correct stretches and exercises and a bit of pain relief using either some modalities, maybe ultrasound or deep tissue laser, and then teaching them how to correct.
So because fewer people want to go out and get involved, they have to do more of this stuff on their own in terms of corrective. It's not like you just go in, get a therapy, and you're better, right?
Yeah.
And so, considering it's a posture thing, what are the couple of things that you would be showing people that would make the biggest difference? Because it happens most frequently, right? If it's postural or sitting at the desk.
Aware of their posture, maybe making them stand against the wall and doing something like a wall angel, just for them to see that how the position of their body should be. Teaching them the correct position of the neck, or strengthening up then the muscles that need to be strengthened up, the back muscles, and maybe stretching out the front muscles, the neck, front of the neck, and then obviously loosening up the joints and the muscles that are really holding that posture. And that would be the actual treatment that we would do. But we are a multidisciplinary clinic. We have physiotherapy, we have massage therapy, and we have kinesiology. So even for private patients, sports injuries, it's really important to get someone back to the sport they're playing. So the physiotherapist can work on the injury, the kinesiologist can work on the strength and the posture of the tissue. So we work very closely together, the 3 disciplines in this place.
Do you ever get anybody, as a matter of, some people use up their massage therapy that they have on insurance before the end of the year. Do you ever get anybody do you get patients that ask for mobility assessments or motion assessments just to see how they're doing and what their deficits are, even if nothing hurts? Or is it all pain driven?
No, it's not. Pain is the most common thing we see, but definitely, we definitely get people who come in with questions about, what they can do to improve, if they have any deficits, and what they can do to improve their deficits.
I remember speaking to somebody about an injury I had, and he says, I asked him, should I do yoga? And he said, well, I think you should do yoga for Arnie now, and this is what you should do, right? So I'm just curious, have you got suggestions? We used to play hockey, but hockey players, what are the things that go wrong in hockey that you can almost guess the guy plays hockey when he comes in? Usually middle-aged guys on, 1 week warriors. And what are just some suggestions that you think might prevent them from having to come to the clinic altogether, just in personal fitness? What are the things that you...
That is for anybody, and anybody aging. The interesting thing is, Arnie, I'm going to tell you that the people that we tend to see who tend to start looking after themselves better are the people like
As young as me?
As young as you.
Incredible.
People like you who want to have a very active and mobile lifestyle. So we deal a lot with that, and people have had changes. They're arthritic, and you say older guys playing hockey. Well, I mean, I'll see people who come in with back pain, but more because of the twisting or the way that they've been holding the stick or whatever it is, more than when we'll see a youngster come in with a separated shoulder, an AC joint separation from being pushed into the boards. So we see difference in ages of the different type of things we'll see. So if you're going to keep up activity or want to play a sport, or you cannot play that sport anymore, you still want to keep active.
So I play hockey with your husband, right?
Yes.
And I know I'm always trying to get the advantage over my colleagues and my peers. So I'd like you to recommend to them that everybody who's past, let's say, the age of 55, that they start to play the opposite hand so that they can balance out the imbalances over time. And maybe during the learning phase, I might get that advantage back.
I don't think you're going to get my husband to change his mind. I'm just thinking about that.
I can't get him out of the way, never mind.
Yeah, exactly. He's a pylon.
All right. Is there any other suggestions you want to make or new treatments that you're aware of that are coming out that are just changing things, that are speeding up the process that you've invested in as a clinic that you could highlight?
Our biggest thing that our modality that we've most invested in is a deep tissue laser. We've had it at the clinic for about, I'd like to say, probably 5 years. It's a generation 4 deep tissue laser. It's very different to the other lasers that you'll see in most physiotherapy clinics. It is incredible for chronic conditions, arthritic conditions. It's very good for acute pain as well. How it works is it works mostly on pain and on the actual cell structure, so very good for healing. And it's great. So that's something that people will come to our clinic just to have deep tissue laser, because I've managed to get people, I've had one client who prolonged her knee replacement she never ended up actually having a knee replacement, and I saw her about 3 years later, still great walking around. That was just one, but others I've prevented, maybe got them through this phase when they're waiting for a replacement.
It helps them deal with it.
It really helps them deal with the pain, and a lot for arthritic backs, but even a medial meniscus tear, a sports injury, speeds up the healing process.
What about disc material and that type of thing?
Speeds up the process, because what it does is it heals the tissue surrounding the disc, as well as it relieves pain. When you relieve pain, why I'm saying pain is something we see a lot, is because what we try and do is relieve pain in order to improve function. Physio's ultimate goal is to improve function.
And restore mobility, basically, right?
Well, but function could be a whole lot of things. Function could be running and chasing a grandchild. Function could be lifting and trying to reach into a cupboard to get a cup. Did I tell you, Arnie, that we are opening up a second location? Yeah, we're opening up in Steveston.
Where?
Right across from Starbucks, on Bayview. Where the marine development is, the Arnie Group, on the waterfront, on the boardwalk, on the corner there.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, it's exciting.
When's that going to be open?
Summer, midsummer, end summer, sometime around there.
Whole different set of equipment.
Yeah, same ideology, because the ideology we have here really works. It really does. We've had great results, got great clinicians, we've got a great teamwork here. So we're taking that and we're putting it into Steveston, and the beauty about Steveston is it's just such a beautiful location. You know, you want to get better. You go to Stevenson, you want to walk. You want to get better. It's just this community, and Richmond community is such an important community, and Stevenson.
Stevenson certainly has a certain feel to it, and well, that's great. I think it's got a wellness feel to it. It's got a lot of yoga and Pilates, and it's got a lot of places to take.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, so
Well,
it'll be fun.
I wish you all the best.
Thanks.
Thank you. Like, I don't know what happened to this guy. He doesn't look so great. You know, when you take away the nerves and the muscle, you don't seem to have as much complaining.
Matilda's been a part of our clinic for a long time. We love Matilda. She's a great teaching tool.
She doesn't complain.
No, that's why only mobility. It's a
That's
lot
great.
of what you're doing. And that's our ultimate goal, is to give that function back, get that function back.
For the Shuchat Group, Sutton West Coast Realty and parkbench.com, and for
Richmond, Blundell, Physiotherapy, and sports injury clinic.
I'm Arnold Shuchat and Tammy Godfrey. Have a great day.